fellas, I'm gonna need you to stop dealing with women that do not compliment you as a man. That's first and foremost. Any woman that feels like she needs to raise her voice to get her point across, disrespect you, is not your woman. She is nothing more than a liability to you as a man. And that's up to you to see that. That type of woman does not fear losing you. She doesn't value you as a person. She doesn't value your presence. She's not gonna value your absence. She should be exclusively yours. Not entertaining no other man, not texting, not calling no ex. No man should have access to her. If that's the case, that's not your woman. She shouldn't be breathing down no other man neck but yours. Woman that is correcting you in public is not your woman. The woman you want by your side, she's either gonna build you up or tear you down. She should be able to add what you already bring to the table. Please stop holding on to women that unvalues you, that does not appreciate you.
You want to know why so many men get steamrolled in family court? It's not because the system is broken. It's because men try to play the good guy. We walk in saying, I just want this to be fair. I just want this to be equitable. And the court, the lawyers, the ex, they take that kindness and they weaponize it. See, while you're trying to keep the peace, they're building a case. While you're saying, let's just work this out as adults, they're positioning every single word that you say to win. Every move that you make, they're positioning it so they can win. That's why dads get crushed with child support. That's why parenting time gets ripped away. Not always because you're a bad dad, but because you went in trying to prove you're a good man. Here's the truth. Being a good man is not the same as being prepared. Fairness doesn't protect you in court. Evidence does. Boundaries do. Strategy does. I'm a certified divorce recovery coach, and I've seen too many fathers learn this the hard way. Follow me if you refuse to be another dad who gets steamrolled. Drop a comment if you've learned this the hard way. Share this, because there's another dad out there who needs to hear it, I guarantee you that. And if you need coaching to get through this, the link's in my bio. You don't have to do this alone. I got you.
You know, a lot of these modern women are saying that a lot of men are emotionally unavailable now, right? But I don't think that's it. I feel like you have to look at it, you know, from different angles, right? Because you're saying that men are emotionally unavailable, but maybe we can say emotionally pulling back, emotionally cautious, emotionally reserved, in the sense that I'm looking and I'm seeing, and I'm not 100% sure if I want to expend my emotional energy on what it looks like is about to happen.
This is going to be really upsetting for a lot of people, especially certain types of men. But working and making an income is an important contribution to the survival and lifestyle and comfort of your family, but it is not a contribution to your relationship. And it is certainly not a part of relationship give and take or maintenance. So when you say, I go to work and support this family, and in return, I need these things physically and emotionally from you in the relationship, that is just buying companionship from your partner. If you want to talk about what you need from your partner emotionally, physically, spiritually, like the emotional and mental labor of the relationship, then you need to talk about what you are offering emotionally, physically, spiritually, in the mental and emotional labor.
You know, a lot of these modern women, what they don't understand is, because they're going to continue to ask, how come good men don't talk to them? How come good men don't give them the time of day? Is because y'all continue to try to make men compete, and they've already proven themselves. A lot of these guys that you have in the friend zone, they've already proven themselves many times over, but you still got them out here. Oh, well, you know, what you did last week didn't count. What you did 3 months ago didn't count. You know, I've got a new roster, you guys. Just keep on competing and maybe somebody would win. Lucky me. No, you're not that special.
What do you think men are really looking for when they fall into this kind of content?
I think they're looking for vindication, community, commiseration. I think when they're struggling to date and they see that other men are in the same boat and have the same anger, they start to feel a sense of community. They start to feel heard. And I think that's what they get out of this content, is a validation of their feelings internally. And I think these content creators know that, and I think they're exploiting that, and that's how they make their money.
How do you respond when people accuse you of taking women's side?
Yeah, I understand that instinct. I think anyone who's listening to a lot of red pill content, it is simply, let's batter women and hype up men. And that's kind of the formula that they're seeing on this content. So anytime a man says anything positive about women, it becomes you're a simp, or it becomes you're taking women's side. My goal is to show these men that no, I'm not taking women's side. I'm just talking to women normally, and I want you to see that not all women fit this red pill narrative. Even if I'm promoting some sort of feminist ideals, I truly believe feminism helps men as well. And I want to show men that what I'm trying to do isn't hurt them in any way. I want to get them dating again. I want to get them out there with women again, because that is what they actually want. And these red pill creators aren't giving them that.
Really? Well, that is quite a statement. However, as you may have guessed, I do have a couple of observations to make about not only that statement, but also those that are foolishly misguided enough to believe it. Because are we really supposed to believe that in order for a person to be considered to be intelligent, they actually need to suspend their belief that a group of people, based on a characteristic that they have no control over, cannot in fact be despised for that very same characteristic? We're actually supposed to be considered smart if we believe that there's a group of people immune to being despised. Okay. Now, in regards to that statement, for many of you, you are already familiar with what that particular tactic is. That is meant to make a person question their intelligence and indeed their perception of reality. This is a manipulation tactic, and as many of you are already very well aware, that is known as gaslighting.
And a lot of these modern women, you know, they want men to continue to audition for a role that, quite frankly, Chad and Tyrone didn't even have to try out for. Chad and Tyrone, y'all know those actors and actresses, they don't even have to show up to the audition. They already got the part. That's what's happening with a lot of these Chads and Tyrones. They don't even have to audition. You got the part. Sold. He don't put no energy into it. But then you got Chad and Tyrone over here. You just give it up. A man's going to find out about that. And when he finds out about that, how do you think that's going to make him feel? Not very good.
Why do men look for housewives when they don't have a house? Why are men concerned with gold diggers when they have no gold to dig?
Oh, it's only, okay.
I'm just curious.
Okay, hold on.
I'm just wondering. Just a question.
First things first. That's too much.
You want a woman to cook in your kitchen? What kitchen? Where? Where is it?
I have all the potential to have a house and be great and have a kitchen. I don't have it yet.
I think we live in a crazy system of dating. There's women that believe that they can give as little as possible, as minimal as possible, and men are expected to fund their entire life. Pay bill, rent, car payments. It's a system where women can take and take and take, but when asked to give, men are met with a lot of hesitation or downright refusal. Relationships, marriages are give and take on both sides. And if you are looking to be financially dependent upon a man, that he has to meet certain standards, financially, looks-wise, spiritually, personality-wise, maybe have a little bit of status, we cannot get mad at that man for having standards. You have standards. That man is allowed to decide. He's worked hard enough to decide what he wants in his life, what it looks like, what it sounds like. And shaming that is immature.
And you know, modern women they're asking, how come good men kind of stop engaging with them, right? But you have to understand that you know, the kind of man you say you want. So the kind of man, well, I want a man like this, 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 and this. And the man comes up in front of you. The man comes up in front of you, and you let the man go, right? And you let Chad and Tyrone play in your face. And then a couple days later, you want the good man to show up and rescue you. You want the good man to be a shoulder to cry on. What? Oh, well, you should allow me to do that in each and every situation. No, I'm a good guy. I'm not a doormat.
And then she doesn't respond for a full day?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
doesn't make any
so
sense.
Wednesday, she seems like she's alone.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then Thursday, no response.
She doesn't respond to you.
That is a lot of green.
She didn't ghost you. She humiliated you.
This is a 5-time text.
And then a call out of nowhere.
I know.
Cold call.
But I didn't do anything wrong.
But you didn't do anything wrong. No.
Yeah.
You were doing a great job in playing back.
So-
You were definitely making yourself available.
Yeah,
little
yeah.
too available. But.
Yeah, but that wasn't your problem. Is not. That
I was interested in her, Sam Johnson. What am I supposed to do? Not be interested in her?
Yeah.
It's all on her.
It's just she
All on
was
her.
just looking for a little entertainment, a little back and forth attention from a guy, and you happen to be the sad thing. I think we need to apologize.
No, I'm fine. What is going on? I'm fine.
You're not going to go to dinner with the guy that you had an affair with. It was inappropriate.
Yeah, I was nice to him, and we
Listen.
I'm not
it
as
wasn't
mad at him as you are, and that's understandable.
It's not about that.
you're
You know who might be mad at him? Our son one day when he figures out what all you did. He might be mad at
Yeah,
him.
and I'm going to be honest with our kids.
You're going to be
That's why
honest
I'm
with him that
sharing
you
all this.
disrespected their dad and you decided to go to dinner with the guy you had an affair with?
I'm sharing all the mistakes, but I don't feel like that was a mistake.
It
I
was a
truly
mistake.
don't.
Then you need help. Because that is 100% something that is disgusting.
I just feel like, even though you have valid points, like when you talk to me like this, it just is like, how?
Yeah, it's how it used to be, right? Yeah.
This is what Jordan does when he gets upset. He'll like attack my character. He'll call me names. I feel deflated, beat down, tired, sad, hopeless. Like I just feel worthless.
You also need to understand, this is completely justified. It is.
I decided that I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce. I texted my therapist, our marriage counselor, and I was like, I need to tell him that I want a divorce, but I want to do it in a session so that there's like a mediator present. Got us in like ASAP, like 2 days later. And I walked in knowing that I was going to ask for a divorce. We sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? Therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start? And I just started crying and I was like, I want a divorce. You know, it's hard for me to like say the words. I'm done. I want a divorce. He sat there quiet. I'm sitting next to him crying. He didn't move. He didn't look at me. He didn't react at all. He just was stone cold. And eventually our therapist was like, would you like to respond? He responded right away and he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details. And that was that. I looked at my therapist and I was just like kind of stunned. I knew that I was ready to leave, but I couldn't believe that that was his reaction. There was no empathy. There was no compassion. There was no like wanting to fight for us. I didn't think that there would be, but you know, you just always hope that like one last try. We went home that night. We didn't speak. He slept on the couch. I woke up and went to work the next day, came home. He was playing PlayStation that night. I sat next to him. We hadn't talked in 24 hours. I said, can we talk about what happened yesterday? And he was just playing, just looking straight ahead. And he was like, what's to talk about? In my mind, I'm thinking, this is our last ditch effort to like steer this ship around, you know? And I was like, so what are we gonna do? And he just kept playing and he was like, I already got an apartment. I already took my name off of the lease. He had done things within that 24 hours. He had opened up the filing folder of his single man life and went ahead and got all the shit done.
I saw a video of a woman who was saying that a man that she had been dating hasn't texted her or called her in 5 days, but she notices he's always the first one to watch her Instagram story. She was like, you know what? I'm going to revoke his privileges. So she unfriends him, removes him as a follower of hers. Within minutes, this man hits her up via text and is like, why did you unfollow me? Why did you take me out of your list of followers? So she's like, oh, so he's alive. She proceeds to ghost him. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what it looks like to stand on business. Oh, you want to be a monitoring spirit? How about I ghost you? Now we both can be spirits. This is also what it looks like when you're trying to play it too cool with a woman who has ice in her veins. I'm sure he probably learned this from one of those red pill podcasters about trying to make a woman want you, let her see that you're watching her story but don't say anything, wait on her to respond. The same phone that he had in his hand that he used to keep up with her story is the same phone he could have used to call or to text her. But a lot of these men want to be chased. They want to be pursued. Your ego can't take the idea that they're calling you first or texting you first. They want to know what's going on with you so badly to make sure nobody else is taking their place. If you want her, go get her. But if he's not coming to get you, he doesn't want you bad enough. You don't have to break any of that down to him. Let him go figure it out with the next girl.
Where are you guys meeting these cute men? Because we go out to the bars every weekend, and we only see cute guys in the run clubs, at bagel shops, like at the grocery store. I'm not gonna talk to you at the grocery store. The bar is the best place.
Literally.
And they don't go out.
No, because they have an issue with it, and I don't know
why.
Because they say they're not worthy. The girls there are low value. Well, you're never gonna find anyone then.
Can y'all please start going out?
Because like you're not. I know you guys aren't gonna approach us at the grocery store or at the frickin' run club. So like,
no, because you're sober. Why would I talk to you if I?
It's also like 6 a.m.
God, like be so real.
Y'all just asked the question, answered it, and proved it.
So I asked a guy that I was talking to open up, and he hit me back with an absolute banger. An absolute banger. He got me, okay? So I say, can you open up? You know, maybe a little bit more aggressive than that, let's be real. I was like, why don't you open up? You know? And he goes, first of all, you don't open up. And second of all, when I am trying to be soft and serious, you turn things into jokes. You make it into a bit. You're sarcastic. You're mean. You deflect. How am I supposed to feel safe when you're guarded, telling me to be open? I did not expect that. And that's where I froze. But more seriously, that's where I realized if you want somebody to open it up, number one, are you creating a safe space for them to do so? Are you softening up? Number two, are you sharing your truth? And number three, it's always at their own pace.
Former adult film actress Jasmine Cashmere, who filmed over 100 scenes, has turned her life around, and she accepted the Lord, is now married, and serves as a pastor. Check out the video.
Before you all, my husband Kevin in his absence, my children, my family, friends, close people to me that supported me in this journey, thing called life. I am going to come to you guys from Acts 3:1 through 10. Yes, I love scripture, so alright. I'm going to stand for reading the word.
Yes, I know some religious people will come to her defense and say people can change. Absolutely, people can change. You just can't change the fact of what you did. She's on video gobbling up cocks and drinking gallons of sex liquid. You can't unsuck and unfuck all those dicks. So the goofy man that decided to marry her is settling. Cause I'm pretty sure he knows exactly who she is. But his optionality is low, so he decided to settle for an ex-porn star. His SMV is very low for him to even consider taking something like that serious. I'll say this over and over again. 304's final form is being overly religious. This is why I don't buy that facade. It's all a cover-up. She's trying to sell purity. But I want you to correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm pretty sure in the Bible it says women shouldn't be preaching. She's up on the altar as a pastor. And for anybody who thinks this is okay, see from this perspective. If a person you knew stole from you, and let's just say you let them in your house, you trusted them, and they stole $5,000 that you needed for your mortgage. And say you found out, they got arrested, and they served their time. Now, would you trust them again the same, even though they served their time and changed? Yeah, the answer is most likely no.
Men are 9 times more likely to commit suicide after a divorce. This literally kills men.
Yeah, exactly, because men actually benefit from marriage more than women do. And when you look at the statistics of like post-divorce mental health outcomes, men have worse mental health outcomes than women. Women are typically happier after divorce. And so if you want to argue that marriage disproportionately benefits women, like That's not true.
I'd be pretty unhappy too if I was on child support or alimony and I had a hard time seeing my kids.
And you had to support your children. What a hard life.
Well, you understand that it's not taxed. So the problem is they take over 50% of the man's income. So they have to pay taxes on the stuff they're giving her and take half of his paycheck.
To support his children that he wants to be involved in their lives.
Right, but it wasn't his choice because women leave the majority of the time.
It is his choice to relinquish his parental rights if he wants to.
What I'm saying is many men want to be married and they want to be an involved father and they want to stay with the mother of their children. My point is if she makes the decision to leave, she should pay for it. If you want to leave, that's totally fine, but you should pay to raise your kid.
Being on a Red Pill podcast has subjected me to a level of victim blaming that I have never experienced before. If you don't know, the network that I was on, they don't just do vigorous debates. They also have conversations with a bunch of different hosts. The show certainly caters to men, and the audience is largely made up of men, but not all of the shows on there are as disrespectful as they are. When I went on the show, I was promised free flights and a hotel to fly out to California from Chicago. The host was incredibly nice, like, hey, come out here. And there was zero mention of a full-blown debate with a white supremacist, well-known far-right Nazi. He even signed a contract, so I felt protected. And I didn't know that I was going to be on this specific show. That information was withheld from me on purpose. There was a man on the show the day before me who was there, and they told him, we can't tell you who's going on because we are surprising her. AKA, they were planning to ambush me. No, I would never have gone on the show had I known what was going to happen. But again, no women would go on the show if they knew the truth. These people are smart and they prey on women because that is how they make their money. Stop blaming me and start blaming the men who actually are harming women. Thank you.
My husband is so busy. A busy husband is a good husband. What do you mean? You got a man that works hard, provides, and has purpose. That tells you he's thinking about your future. True, but what if I'm not getting enough love? Is that so wrong to want? It's not wrong to want his attention. So what am I supposed to do? Just stay quiet and accept it? No, you just learn how to use your softness to create a space that he's excited to come home to with zero pressure or guilt. Why softness? Because when you learn how to communicate from your sweet feminine side, he is naturally wired to want to take care of your needs. That is what I need for him to want to. Can you teach me more? Yes, that's exactly why I created the Feminine Reset course, so you can inspire him to take care of you while also building him up. Comment feminine and I'll send you the link.
If you're living with a man and you guys live here, you're living with the provider. If you're living with a man and you guys live here, you're living with the loser. If you're living with a man and you guys live here, you're living with the provider. I repeat, if you're living with a man and you guys live here, you're living with a loser. So ladies, now that we got that straight, what type of man are you living with? A provider or a loser?
You don't care about mandatory paternity tests. You don't care about paternity fraud. You don't care about suicide rates. You don't care about equalizing hard, laborious jobs outside. You don't want to equalize that. You don't care about what happens to people that are falsely accused, which is almost always exclusively men. You don't actually care about the declining school performance, the rise in ADHD diagnosis, and the psychiatric medication that comes from it. You don't care about the lack of homeless shelters for men. You don't care about the weaponization of the family court, the equal custodial rights, reproductive safe for men, reduction in child support and alimony, pathologizing of just men and masculinity in general, negative attitudes towards even men that want a nuclear family. You don't think or care about any of these things. And I'm not even saying it's just the feminists that don't care about it.
Nobody
I'm
knows.
saying most people who don't do what I do don't care about this at all.
that a lot of women don't like the simple, plain, nice guy. He seems boring, the nice guy complex.
You have to have a bad man or a crap man
to
know what a good man is.
So you're saying you have to kiss the frogs to get to the prince?
Exactly. But then there's good men that always come around and we kind of mug them because they're moist. I'm not going to lie, some people are moist. No, because they don't have their own lives. Like, they want to do everything with you. Like, go out with your boys, go and do something.
There are some
there's some guys that are just moist.
My longest relationship was with a nice guy.
Right.
He's like super nice, but too nice.
What does that even mean?
Suffocating, and it was
Right.
just, there wasn't much edge. It was just the same mundane. I needed that for that point in time in my life, and I learned a lot from him.
And now it's time for the Bad Boys.
No,
Bad Boys 2.
I've
Bad Boys
I've had
Forever.
a couple bad boys, but that's not what I want. You know
We
what I
don't
mean?
want bad boys.
A mixture of both.
It's
you know,
not that.
someone
We
with
just
some
want
edge.
a balance of a man that can actually hold his own
And then hold you down as well.
No, yeah, but not
Literally.
in a way that we don't respect.
2 days ago, I got arrested by my ex-boyfriend because I was banging on his window because he got mad about me sleeping with some other guy. Either way, he got me arrested. I was handcuffed, and I was so sad, and I was so mad, but I still banged on his window multiple times. The guy that handcuffed me, he was super cute, and I was like, hey.
This is fantastic. She cheated on this guy, right? Did him dirty. Then she went to his house, like banging on the door, and the guy called the cops. I love it. Well, listen, honey, you're an intruder. First of all, you did him dirty and he's done, right? And secondly, you're an intruder at this point. Like, get off my property, right?
There is a sad state that most men are in where they're just lost. I saw a girl whose 30-year-old brother refuses to support his parents with bills and their home, and the guy lives upstairs. Somewhere along the way, men lost their spines. They stopped being reliable, honest, and it just feels like they've given up. They become selfish, emotional victims for the most part. And you know what the crazy part is? You can literally choose what you want to do in this world. When I wanted more knowledge, I spent more time learning. When I wanted to make more money, I just went and did it and started a business. And I know men who can quote every podcast on masculinity, but would rather go out every weekend, chat to 50 girls and smoke a ton of bud. They'll preach discipline online, but have none in their own lives. And we don't check each other anymore the way that we used to when we see negative behavior. These are just my observations, but I want to hear from you guys. Where did it go wrong? Do men lack a spine these days, or is this a product of the modern world?
The real reason hot girls are crazy, it's not looks, it's that they use their looks as leverage. Great body, pretty face, crabby bitch, and zero emotional stability. See, the more attention a woman gets for her looks, the less that reality corrects her behavior. And if you reward bad behavior, why would she change? Men tolerate things from pretty women, including their wives, that they would never tolerate from anyone else. Disrespect, bad moods, entitlement, but think long term. Men don't stay for hot women because it's not really a flex to have a pretty skinny woman anymore. Men want the woman who makes him feel good when he's around her. The one whose behavior he doesn't have to correct all the time. Look, sexy women might be able to get in the door, but the supportive and serene women are the ones who get to stay in the house.
How many guys have you got with in one night before?
Like 10.
10?
Like 10.
You got with 10 guys in one night?
Well, it was before we dating, so it doesn't matter.
It does matter to me.
It doesn't matter.
No, I'm being serious. Like, when did you go with 10 guys in one night?
It was before we were dating, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No,
We
it
were
matters to
dating.
me that you got with 10 guys in one night. How long you guys been dating for? Like a year?
It was before we dated.
It doesn't matter when it was.
Why are you getting angry? It's fine.
No, it's not fine. Who the fuck is her? Who is she? I don't even know her anymore. 10 girls in one night? It doesn't matter when it was. You're just for the streets. She's for the streets. She's for the streets.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Name one benefit that a man gets from marriage that he wouldn't get in a regular relationship. Just one.
Well, you, I think, as a woman, if you're
I'm asking you as a man, since you're, attacking men for being Peter Pan.
I think a lot of men who choose to get married are incentivized by the fact that they are able to claim that woman as theirs. And
But name one benefit that they would get in a marriage that they wouldn't get in a regular relationship.
Well, I think even though it's not 100%, there's peace of mind that woman is not
The
going to
answer
be
is
loyal
there's
to
none.
you.
The answer is there's none. You're
Well-
dancing around it. There is none. So my thing is this. I think it's in a man's best interest to stay Peter Pan, as you would say. And I think women shame men because Men gain their value in their 40s. Men understand the sexual marketplace better. They understand that women have no leverage in their 40s, and they date down and they get younger, more attractive girls, and that's the best way to go in today's day and age, where we live in a deregulated sexual marketplace where women could take everything they got, take their kids, etc. Why the hell would a guy want to commit to women nowadays when, honestly, we got hopeflation?
You know, there's obviously more incentive for women to get married than men, obviously.
Way more.
But what I'm suggesting is there's also benefits to men getting married, and I think...
Name one.
I just told you. I think
that he wouldn't get outside of a regular relationship.
I just told you, the women, knowing that your woman is perhaps going to be more loyal to you when she's your wife versus your girlfriend.
She should be displaying that anyway.
Well, I think the...
So a title changes her loyalty.
Spiritual women do not date to see where things go. You date so that you can have a soul merging, a time bending, earth transcending relationship with somebody that you can do the shadow work with, somebody that you can evolve with, somebody that you can really commit to for your entire life. So this modern dating scene just does not work for you, because most people are out there for casual or hookups or like, let's just go with the flow. And you're like, I literally don't know how to do that. Like, if I'm spending time with somebody, I want to know that it's going somewhere. I want it to be intentional. I want it to be conscious. So you flip between being completely celibate and like basically asexual, and then going all in and getting obsessed with somebody. You don't know how to do in between because you're such a deep feeler. You're like, you're all or nothing, you're black or white. So usually what happens for you is you will go through long periods of time where you don't notice anybody, you're not attracted to anybody, right? Because you're not attracted to people just from physical looks. Usually there has to be emotional, mental, spiritual connection. And then all of a sudden, boom, somebody will come into your life and you will be tunnel vision obsessed with them. So when everyone's talking about just going on dating apps or sleeping with people just for a bit of fun, you can't relate because it's just not in your nature to do things that way. If someone is not in it to have that sort of past life connection, divine union energy, you're not interested. And you'd rather spend time alone and work on yourself and just wait for that person to come into your life than to spend time wasting your energy with short-term connections.
I got stand-up young men right now, and they only 12 and 11 right now.
You have boys.
But they stand up right now.
Boys,
I
not
got young
men.
niggas that
No
will.
woman can raise
But
a
they
son
will.
into a man. The only way a son can become a man is through a father. The other way is discovering it on his own. You haven't lived the male experience. You lived a female experience. The female experience is more privileged than the man's position. This chick is on a stripper pole. Can a get on a stripper pole and make bread like that?
Yes,
no,
Yes,
no,
you
you're
can.
speaking about the exception. I knew y'all was gonna
No,
say
okay.
that. That exception of men that actually go on a stripper pole and dance, they don't even make a fraction of the money that strippers make. So what I'm saying is facts. You don't have to work. You can sell and still make it. You live life on freaking easy mode. You don't get it. You can't raise no son. It ain't happening. You don't understand the male experience. So the only thing you can hope for is maybe some nigga that you can bag as a stepfather to raise that for you. And if not, you better hope that God is with your son to raise that into a man. If not, he ain't being no man. He gonna be like all of these other whips that y'all chicks complain about. Sassy boys. Oh, these is feminine. Oh, they're leading me on. They're selling me a dream. They're not being masculine and telling me the truth. He's gonna be like one of those y'all chicks complain about. What are you talking about? You raising a boy into a boy. He will never be a man.
I have to agree with him.
And a lot of these modern women are wanting men to yearn. They're wanting men to chase. They're wanting men to pursue. But in today's, the way it happens in today's dating, that puts you as the weaker vessel because, you know, I'm the prize, right? You chase me. You want me. Show me that you want me. I've already proved myself by the fact that you want me, even though I haven't done anything. The fact that you want me means I'm more valuable in this relationship. And that's what a lot of modern women are doing. So when a man steps back and says, okay, well, you know, if you're not going to reciprocate and you're going to think that you all that, I'm just going to go ahead and go the other way. I'm going to go a different direction. Now you're stunned and you're talking about men aren't men anymore.